Hello and welcome to SepCity's first uh, webinar of the year, even though we're coming towards the fourth quarter. Tonight's subject is growing your membership, and my name is Brian Cochran, and I'm your presenter for tonight. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm glad you did because we want to help you to get the best out of SepCity memberships website. And I've been a member before we get started. Tell a little bit about myself and how I got involved with SepCity. I got involved between, I think it's 2005, 2006, and I was looking for a membership website or software that I can use to build a membership. I remember back years ago, I don't know how old some of you are, but years ago I was get this little CD in the mail, and you would get 1,024 minutes to have internet access. That's how long ago it was that I've been part of the internet. So with that, I saw an opportunity. I said, man, the company is called AOL, and AOL was the first official membership website, or community actually is what it's called, and they had 24,000 members, 24 million members paying between $19 and $24 a month. So do the math. And I saw that as an opportunity for me to do the same. I am a business person and entertainment person, and so people are always asking me back then, and even still to this day, how did I do this and how did I do that as far as building my business and marketing my business. So I was looking for a way to take all that was in my head and put it onto a website, so that way the person for access to the information, the content, which is what AOL did back then. They had the encyclopedia, and they had Channel 7 News, all the major news networks. But back then it wasn't video, it was just print. And so I wanted to become what is called a content provider. And so stumbled upon SepCity. I don't remember how I found Stephen, but I reached out and touched, and we became friends because he's such a nice guy, and he's a programmer, and I was able to talk to him about my issues and problems, and at the same time I was able to give him some heads up on things, the trends and things that are going on in the industry as far as online. And he would he would start working on those things, and little by little he started building those things. And so tonight, our goal for tonight is why haven't you come forward? Okay. Tonight's goal is understanding some of the membership growing features of SepCity. And again, for me, I can't brag enough about it. I use it, as I said, extensively. I'm full-time with it. Some of the features I'm going to talk about tonight are the ones that help me with my online business, and I'll give you some little tips and some strategies with these things I'm going to share with you tonight that you can use to build your business. The first one is one of my favorites because I'm an educator, and I'm also a minister of the gospel, which doesn't, just for the sake of saying. And so I wanted to be able to offer Bible studies and courses and classes. And so SepCity has that. And now, if you notice online, if you've been buying any affiliate programs or software that's out there, or you have WordPress and so forth, now people are selling courses and classes, and selling it at a premium price. And so what I've done is, especially now with technology the way it is, I talked to Stephen a while back about adding audio video to our e-learning center so we can actually do videos for our courses versus what I was doing before was something similar to now. They would tune in, download, go into the e-learning center, and they would module, and they would download the classwork, and then I would send them to another site that I had that I was doing web conferences similar to this. And talking to Stephen, I said, man, it would be great to pre-record our lessons, and then at any time on demand, a person's able to catch the video or audio of the course. And so SepCity e-learning center offers you, as a user, as a member, and as an owner of the software, or user of the software, to offer training courses 24/7. You can do, as you know, you can also have instructors manage their own courses, so you can give them access to do it themselves. There's a company out there called Udemy, and Lydia, and there's a bunch of them out there that are offering courses. That one of the things that I'm doing on our site is I'm offering courses where they get paid a percentage of the courses using the affiliate program as part of it, and at the same time, there's so many because of how the internet's embedded with and dealt with folks that are selling courses, that I would contact them, offer the courses through our system. They're able to use our system. We're able to get the courses. We're able to market and promote it through our channels of getting some great caliber people to bring their courses into our system. And I'm able to make extra money by doing so. So that way, for me, because I'm an educator, it's pretty easy. So I was able to create the courses, and I'm somewhat of a techie, so I bought all the technology to create videos and audio and produce them, and so on and so forth. But at the same time, there's others that, like myself, that would put my courses on your website, and then you give me a percentage, or, as a member, you can do, what's so cool about how StepCity is set up, that, excuse me, you're able to offer based upon the membership level that they have access to do it themselves. Just add the courses, and then you can give them a percentage or whatever, but they got to do all the work. And being a part of the community, then they share in the resources by selling the courses and selling other courses, utilizing the affiliate program for them to generate income to grow your membership. Next is blogs, and again, because I'm a writer, I use blogs a lot. Not just on our site, but I also post them on other websites, and I link them back to our website, which is called link sharing. And so what I do is I write the blog on our site. I also have a WordPress website, and I go to Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and a bunch of others that I syndicate through some syndication software that I have. And I'm out there, but what I do is when I syndicate it to the others, I lead them always back to my websites, depending on what portal, what the subject matter is and what portal I'm using. Which I'll get into portals in a minute, because that's another powerful way to grow your membership. I use the blogs as a calling card of information, just like articles the same way, which I'll get into next. But with blogs, because sometimes I can rant and have fun with my rants, and if you want more of my rants, then at the bottom I'll put the link back to the website. And what I do with blogs, I let blogs be free on our website, so it's on the front page of almost all my portals and the main page, so that way they can always tune into that and they can see value, because I put great content in the blog, so that way they see what they're getting if they become a member. And then I charge, then I charge for the other. There's other free features I also allow them to use, but my whole goal is you got to catch a fish before you can clean a fish or eat a fish. And so I use blogs as a way to do that by posting great blogs, great information, and sending them back to our website. So you can do the same. And the cool part about it is, the way StepCity is set up, so based upon the membership, you can add, value by either upcharging for blogs or upcharging for certain, modules that are available, and give them a certain class to have access to be able to not just read the blogs, but also participate in writing blogs themselves, which you want to encourage them, because one of the cool things about a membership website is a community, and you don't want the information to be predicated just on you. You want your information to be predicated on both you and those that are members of your website. So make sure you have it, even though there's an option that they don't have the right to, or they don't have the availability to write blogs, but I would say give them throughout the whole website, depending on the membership, give them access to be able to. I made the mistake before by not doing so. I learned that mistake and go, wow, you know what? It's a community. That means everybody's communing. They have ideas, they have thoughts, they have expertise they bring to the table, and so that way your membership grows because they're participating. So use blogs as an outreach to the world, and then bring in the website. Articles, same thing. You can. I use articles a lot as well. Same thing. I'll take articles and I post them on InDesign sites and so forth. But within StepCity, the cool part about it is I'll do link sharing. So what I'll do is if I write the article originally on another website, in the admin area, when you're doing an article, it asks you where the article came from. So say, for instance, I copy and paste to the website, and I want to give them the credit for it. The cool part about it is that the more you link share back and forth, your links on other sites and their links on your site. Google, the other search engines, think your site is really busy, and so you start to rate higher on the search engine. So make sure, what I started doing when I learned it, when he added that feature, when SubCity added the feature to the software, then I was able to I started to rank higher. So certain subject matters, I rank really high because I'm link sharing back and forth. Cool thing about it is, one of the things that they're getting ready to do with SubCity, and he's growing, he's learning, the company's growing, and so forth. In an article section, I wrote, what they're going to be doing is setting it up where there won't be an end on the dates of the publication. So one of the things that happened with me was I wrote a bunch of articles back in 2005, 2006 that disappeared on me, and I go, oh no, there was something that I wanted to do forever. So what I did was what Stephen did with from SubCity, what he ended up doing was he's going to set it up where there's not going to be an end date, so that way articles will stay there forever. Certain articles, like there's certain headline news and that kind of stuff, that I'll put a date on it. Or if it's a certain type of customers, members of the website of our community, then I may set a date to it or allow them to set a date or tell us you want to set a date. He's going to give, one of the cool things that's happening with SubCity as well is both the blogs and the articles also are going to be able to be shown on the user pages, which we'll get into that in a minute. That's a great thing for them to be able to use that, because now they'll be able to promote their website and have their articles, not just our articles as the admin, but also their articles are now going to be on their page. Their blogs are going to be on their page, and so you can grow your membership based upon allowing, giving them the availability to write blogs and articles and not have to pay for it as a part of their membership. This is probably one of the reasons why I stayed with SubCity the longest. Is one of the things that because I'm multifaceted. Robert Kiyosaki and all your larger business owners always talk about multiple streams of income, and so one of the things that I use, one of the things that I love about the portals is I'm able to take a certain subject and only put that subject in that portal. So, like for instance, as I said earlier, I'm a business developer, so my main website is bizhelp101.com. And then my portals are broken down because one of the things I learned when I first got started in this, even before I came to him, is that if they're not interested in a subject matter and it wasn't separated out, I lost people because of that. So with the portals, what I learned to do was, instead of killing them with all this information on one website, I started creating portals. So what I did was, because I do business on one side, so business startup is one. I have one because of the affiliate program that SubCity has. I have one portal strictly about the affiliate program, so that way, a program and module, so that way I can build a team through them going out selling the product and services I have, but it doesn't affect my main website. So what I did was, and then some of the other things I did, for instance, I have a health portal, I have a real estate portal because of him creating the real estate section. So now we teach people how to do real estate investing, and so that whole portal only talks about real estate and real estate investing. I have a finance portal. So in the finance portal, it's everything about setting up corporations. It's about credit, personal credit, how to develop it, what is credit, and all that good stuff. So the powerful thing about portals is that because of the affiliate program and because of the image, I forgot what it's called because he changed the name a couple years ago. But anyway, you can go in and through the affiliate program, you can grab banner ads, and each portal has its own banners. So the cool part about that is you can do your marketing specifically for a certain niche and be able to build your membership or grow your membership based upon whatever it is you're specializing in. And so for me, like for instance, I did the health portal because my mom got sick, and as I started learning, I started doing a bunch of research. She got diagnosed with cancer, and so I wanted to fight it, and I just let her die without trying to fight it. So the doctors would say there's no hope, and so what I ended up doing was doing all this research and learning, and then what I did was, based upon what I started learning, I started writing about it. I started grabbing videos for it and started putting it into that portal. So now when people want to just do something that's just learn about health, now we have a health and fitness portal for them to be able to use and to help me grow my membership and help them stay longer because I'm adding all these portals to use it. So I think out of all the modules that SipCity offers, this is probably my favorite because, and the one that's the most effective for me because of me being able to be diverse as I want to be and not cluttered and bogged down. So if you don't have portals, this is a shameless plug for SipCity. Right now they're offering a 90-day, I think it's 90-day or is it 6 months, trial use of all the portals. So if you haven't tried the portal module yet, do so. You can expand your business and grow your business based upon other interests that you may have, and the portals will allow you to do so. So use the portals, take advantage of the offer that SipCity has right now where you're able to download, if you not hosted with SipCity, that he'll allow you to use it for, I think, it's either 3 or 6 months. I'll send you an email to let you know exactly what it is. I sent it out before and I forgot, so I apologize, but I'll send it back out so that way if you want to take advantage of this special, get to try it before you buy it special that we have running. This is another favorite one of mine because one of my portals is music, and as well as I write ebooks and books and so forth. One part of the section is I got free content because again, if you notice, if you're on the internet a lot, internet marketers are writing ebooks and giving away as content for their websites. And so what I started doing is compiling, putting together tons of little short, between 15 to 30 pages of ebooks of just content that I made it downloadable. And then what I did also, because one of my portals is a music portal that I really push the artists, the music artists to be able to put their music on there for folks to hear it, and then link it to the store for them to purchase. And so the digital file library or the digital download section or module, it allows you to use zip files, docs, PDFs, and so on and so forth, and Flash, and almost everything imaginable. And so I found great, what I did was for benefits for being part of the membership, I also have been buying, software, like for instance, article writer, rewriters, just a bunch of different software as well. So as a member, they have access to download it, so it brought value to what I'm doing, and it also gave me a little bit more credibility. And I got some white label stuff that I was able to either sell or give away. So I found some great software that I'm able to use to either sell through the digital downloads or give away as a loyalty part of the loyalty program that we have to offer. So one of the things that we're going to be working on, I'm going to get him to do, which hasn't done it yet, which is having a picture of the product that you want to download. So if it's a book, or if it's a CD or music, or if it's a video, whatever, that one of the things that SipCity is going to be working on between now and the first of the year will be having a picture, a thumbnail of the product as well. So if you have, again, if you're not using, because I know it's not part of the baseline, I don't believe it's part of the baseline, but it's a great module to help you to grow your membership because it's something where you can add benefit and do something that because the way this is set up, other software doesn't do it the same way. So it gives you great flexibility and it makes you special and stand up from everybody else. And so if you're marketing it in the right way and you're letting people know about this great feature, they'll want to join. And then when they join, and you can also open it up for them to also use it to upload their content as well to do the same thing. So what happens is when they upload it, it goes into the general download library and folks can download it so that way they can get the promotional marketing. You can also set it for sale or the link into the shopping mall or shopping cart so that we can actually generate some cash flow. This is incredible. This is something that he's been working at, we've been working on for a while, which is the user pages. It's a mini website, as you probably know. It has various templates, which you can, if you have somebody that's a great web designer, then they can actually go in and make it look kind of cool. One of the powerful things is, and one of the things that happened, I was a Ning user, and Ning, Ning was they're paid now. Before they were free, and so I was trying to try different things, and sometimes I was trying different things to see what features they have that we don't have or that I didn't have, and this is before I became a part of SipCity. But I would always go in and take a look around. And I joined and I started building it out. None of these websites have this. I mean, they had user pages, but not to the extent that SepCity's is. So the cool thing about SepCity is they can actually have almost a full website that they can have as many pages as they want to, which no other site does that. It also allows you, because what I said earlier, they're going to, our programmer, Stephen, is going to be setting it up where you'll be able to add articles, add blogs to their user pages, so that way it won't be like it is now or like it was, where when a person goes to that and you have the articles there, it's everybody's articles, not their specific. So they can set it, we can set it as the admins, and then they can set it to either allow themselves to get all articles. But say, for instance, because everybody doesn't write, or blogs, everybody doesn't write, so to have content on their user page, they can use they can use our articles, but at the same time, those that do write, which you should encourage them to write, because again, you want the users, your members, to participate in the health and the growth and the health of your community. Excuse me 1 second, take a drink of water. Excuse me, thank you. So it's what's so cool about it, and again, I use it. The way I use it, as well as everybody else, depending on what website what portal a person joins, then I have them go on and join and use the user page in that portal, so that way the templates that I create the templates based upon the portal that I'm using, so that way it's branded to that portal, and they're excited because it's in the vein, that in the niche that they're a part of and that they want to promote and get out and be proud of. And so if you were to use it, again, you're able to, if you want to learn some more, I'm going to be doing some webinars on how to set it up set it up, and if you have some questions, I didn't put I apologize, I didn't put my contact information at the end, which I'll do that at the end. I think I'm at the end. Yep, I'm done. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm glad that you came in, that you attended our first one. We'll be doing more. I'll be going through some of the other features. Next time I'll open up for questions. So if you have some questions, matter of fact, if you have some questions, because unfortunately, it's the first time using this system, and let me know if you guys like it. I kind of told Steven I didn't like it as far as his web conferencing system, because it's kind of limited in some areas that I needed, and this is the one that he got, and so we're using it for today, and hopefully we'll get a better one later on, because it doesn't allow me to do certain things that I can really correspond with you. So that's why and I don't know the whole system either, so I want to tell you the truth, and that's part of it. But if you want to reach me, Brian at SepCity.com. That's Brian, BRIAN, at SEPCITY.com. And I'll gladly reach out in touch, and we can stay in if you have any questions on. I'm not a programmer. I'm a marketing guy, and I joined in with Steve because he has a great product and he needed some help, and I want to help him to grow it. So that's one of the reasons why this is our first webinar. We're going to do weekly webinars, so I'll be posting next week. It'll be every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. If you email me and let me know if there's a better time, what I'll probably do is bounce them around a little bit as well, to kind of figure out what the best time that folks can do it. I'm not sure if you are full-time in this, or you have a full-time job and then you come in in the evening. So I figured I started off in the evening for this one, but you're welcome to let me know. It's Brian at SepCity.com. This is SepCity, and I'm Brian Cochran, and I thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye now.